What is going on, YouTube? What's going on, Vol fans, SEC Nation? It's Honest Abe checking in with another video. Just giving my post-game thoughts on the UT ETSU game. I hope you guys enjoyed the game yesterday. Tennessee gets the victory, 59-3, and it was a blowout win. Man, they definitely exceeded some of my expectations. And I tell you what. I picked the score to be 32-13, and man, they got 14 points on defense basically, which was the difference there basically in my score. I figured that ETSU get a late touchdown with some of those second, third string guys playing, but they just couldn't punch it in. And Tennessee, they played well overall. So let's just kind of get down into some of the basics of the game. There was a weather delay for about 48 minutes, just like there was in the West Virginia game. And as we saw in the West Virginia game, Tennessee they didn't come out with any fire and punch after that lightning delay. But yesterday, after that 48 minute, I don't know what Pruitt said or what the coaches said to the guys in the locker room during that delay, but man, they came out to finish out that second quarter, and the 28-point second quarter. What an incredible just showing from Tennessee. I thought the O-line played a little bit better. Of course, we're playing a little bit lesser of a team in ETSU, but I thought they played pretty well. They protected our quarterbacks pretty good. But it was kind of slow there in the beginning. It was a slow start for Tennessee, and when we get into these SEC games later on down the road, that's just not going to cut it. When it comes to playing football in the SEC. If you don't come out firing on all cylinders, you're going to fall behind, and it's going to be playing catch-up for the rest of the game. So Tennessee does need to do a better job at that. But after that lightning delay, I do think that they came out, they played their game, and they played well. Garantano, I think he had a decent game. He was 8 for 13. Did not throw a touchdown pass, which was kind of disappointing. Against ETSU, I was hoping he'd at least get one. He was close. He got Callaway down to the 1-yard line, and that was good. That was a good pass. Christ, he had a decent game as well. He did get a touchdown pass, but I thought our running backs they played well as well, and overall, I thought it was a good game for Tennessee to kind of get their feet under them. As we head into UTEP next week, that's going to be a 12 o'clock kickoff game on the SEC network next week. But really, it's all going to boil down to Florida in 2 weeks. What is Tennessee going to do against Florida and when we kick off the SEC grind, so to speak? Florida, they had a big loss last night against Kentucky. Florida had a 32 game win streak against Kentucky. Kentucky goes down to the swamp and just beats Florida. And I caught a little bit of that game. I ended up rewatching the end of the game because I just thought it was pretty funny. It was about the last 4 minutes of the game or so where Kentucky gets basically kind of a garbage touchdown on a play everybody thought was dead. But Kentucky pulls out the big victory against Florida. And, that is going to motivate Florida, especially once they get to Tennessee, because it's going to be a tough matchup. A lot of these teams in the East, they're trying to build back up. They're trying to get back to that same, caliber. South Carolina just got dominated by Georgia. Georgia is the overall favorite in the East. They should have no competition, really, in the Eastern Division this year. They just put a beating to South Carolina. With Florida losing, Kentucky got that big win against them. What is Tennessee going to look like? How are we going to finish in the East? I think it's still going to be middle of the road. I don't think the East Tennessee game is going to really, be a label or anything for Tennessee this season. Because, yes, it is East Tennessee State that we played, and we beat them. Yes, we clobbered them 59-3. But, they're restarting a program that hadn't been around in 10 years. They've only had had a football team for the past 3 seasons. So what are you going to do with that kind of team? Yes, I'm glad we got to play ETSU. I do think we need to play more local teams. Get the MTSUs on the schedule. Get the UTCs down in Chattanooga. Get them on the schedule. Get a North Carolina on the schedule every now and again. Or Wake Forest or Duke. Yeah, maybe, these teams, they might not be as good as an SEC caliber team, but these are our local regional teams, and I think we need to be playing these guys, even if it's just a neutral site game like we did with West Virginia. I thought that was a great matchup, a great pick. Of course, West Virginia's looking good this year, and so, we need to get those type of teams back on our schedule. I'd love to see us play Clemson. Yeah, Clemson's great this year. I think they're still ranked number 2, and you know what? If they play Tennessee this season, we get clobbered, no doubt about it. But these type of teams, even like a Stanford down in Alabama, or stuff like that. These type of teams, a Memphis again. We haven't played Memphis in several years. I think that would be a great matchup for Tennessee. You're definitely getting these local guys back on the schedule. I love the fact that we started out these 2 games with basically regional teams, with West Virginia and with the team, ETSU, that's only about an hour and a half north of Knoxville. So I really, really like that. I think we definitely need to see more of that in Tennessee's schedule. We want to get these Tennessee recruits to Tennessee. Let's show these Tennessee players that play high school in Tennessee that Tennessee is the school to go to. And let's start getting these guys into campus, especially with some of these local teams. Yeah, well, let's show them that, hey, we can win, we can compete. Yeah, they might be a little bit lesser team, some of these regional teams, but let's show our Tennessee recruits that Tennessee is the place to play. Come and play in Knoxville, and let's show people that Tennessee is back on track. I really liked the game. I really liked the fact that Jeremy Pruitt got the win and got it in a great fashion, and I loved his comment about whether it was a lightning delay or whatever the score was on the scoreboard. It's very Nick Saban-esque, and we're going to, yes, as Tennessee fans, we got an Alabama coach, so to speak, an Alabama former player. But you know what? He said it right. It doesn't, the score is 0-0. No matter, whatever the score is on the scoreboard should not affect the play of your players. Your players, who are first string to fourth string, go out there and play every single play to your hardest, to your best. And I really, really like that comment by Pruitt. And that just kind of shows the mentality of who he is. And that's very Nick Saban-esque of him. But you know what? It's the truth. I don't care if the score is 70-0 and you're out there playing, you're out there to play to score a touchdown. That is the goal of the game. Yeah, you can grind it out. You can grind out that time by running the ball a lot and stuff like that, taking your time on offense. But your goal every single play is to go out there and do the best that you can. And I really, really enjoyed that comment by Pruitt. Overall, good game. Not a great measuring stick for how the season's going to go. We got UTEP, another lesser team next week, so to speak. Tennessee should get the victory, our second home game in a row. I'm expecting Tennessee to come out again and dominate again. But you know what, Florida, they got the loss. Kentucky, a very impressive win. Alabama, they rolled. Georgia, they rolled against South Carolina. So let's definitely see how this season shapes up in the SEC. And I'm definitely looking forward to watching more Tennessee football. I know you guys have probably seen I got my North Carolina hat on. I wear this at work. I've been painting. You can see paint and stuff on it. But yes, I am a North Carolina fan as well, so I do follow those guys. So we'll be catching up maybe on what the Tar Heels are doing for some football later on this week. Hopefully going to put out a video around Thursday, kind of give us a little preview, UTEP, and kind of look around the SEC in the region, kind of see what some teams doing, who they're going to be playing. As I myself get back into the swing of things of making videos consistently on a basis for you guys. Hey, again, I appreciate, guys, all the views. Again, I had over 300 views on last week's post-game video. Let's keep it up, guys. Let's get this this video up over 300. I always appreciate you guys leaving comments. Hey, you East Tennessee State guys, leave a comment here. We'll definitely have some good convo. And I appreciate you guys coming down to Knoxville and just letting us manhandle you, basically. But I do enjoy playing these local teams. Yeah, definitely leave comments, subscribe. Check me out on Facebook, Twitter at Honest Abe. And this is Honest Abe signing off. We'll see you guys.